Well, how's it, MTV? Or should I say saMTV? Welcome to my 1 meter squared Korean crib. Come on in, let me show you around. We'll start the tour off right here because, like I said, my Korean crib is like 1 meter squared. So we'll start off right here. Welcome to my foyer. You see this little square over here? Yes, this is my foyer. This little compartment over here, this is where you leave your shoes. So if you want to continue with this tour and follow me around my very fancy Korean crib, you better take your shoes off right here. Now if you look to the left of my foyer, you will see a very sneaky little door. This door we can't open now because it leads to Hogwarts and you can only enter at certain times. And if you look to the right, this is my very fancy shoe cupboard. Yes, we're not going to open those doors because, as you can tell from the name, it's filled with shoes. Spoiler alert, those are shoes. So now that you know what shoes look like, you know what to expect in there. We have some very fancy candle holders which I got all the way from a very fancy store in Korea called Daiso. Okay, we're done with the foyer. Are you ready? We're now about to enter the kitchen. Ta-da! Welcome to the kitchen. Over here we have a very fancy gas stove. I imported this all the way from Korea. This is my cutesy little oven which I make my non-existent cakes in. Above my cutesy little oven we have wet wipes because if you are living in Korea you will know that we used to do just fine without wet wipes. And now that we're living in Korea, we cannot live without wet wipes. It is bizarre, but here we are. That rhymes! Over here, we have my maple syrup. My friend got that for me from Canada. I don't eat maple syrup, but it just looks so pretty, so I'm just gonna keep it there as an ornament forever and ever, amen. Over there, we have a clock because it's good to be able to tell the time. Especially now in isolation, when you've been in isolation for 570,000 million gazillion years, you kind of lose track of time. So I need a big fat clock in my face at all times. At all times. Here's the pun. And over here we have my snack corner. I just want to draw your attention to these little babies. Take a good look at it, memorize it, put it in your brain, and then buy this. These almonds are amazing. They're like drugs. They're like actual drugs. And they come in many different flavors. Tiramisu almonds. There's also like choco mint almonds or spicy bulldog almonds. Cookies and cream. Oh my god. Oh, I also have more sweets in here. Yeah, if you haven't gathered already, I may have a bit of a problem. Below this table is my recycling area. Korea takes recycling really seriously, guys. You know, I won't lie, I'm really lucky because my kitchen is really quite spacious. Like, I have a lot of, I can do like marathons here. It's just a pity that I'm not the biggest fan of cooking. I know like other foreign teachers are gonna be watching this so pissed off because I don't care for cooking and baking, yet I have like this really spacious kitchen. I have this massive fridge. I also have an oven, which not many people are like lucky enough to have. And yeah, I can't be bothered to be in the kitchen. Having said that, look at my spice cupboard. I'm really proud of my spice cupboard. Are you ready for this? Ta-da! This is my spice cupboard. Take a look at that. Oh, and don't be fooled. There are more spices behind those spices and there are more spices behind those spices. I don't know if I ever mentioned this. I don't think I ever told you guys, but I'm Indian. Although I must admit that I never ever intended to have so many spices. I was home, so I decided to just buy some spices. And now I didn't realize I ended up with like 10 different spices. So yeah, I'm just like experimenting and just trying to be a better Indian. That's my aim in life, to be a better Indian. Before I forget, there's actually a sneaky little door over here. That just so happens to be my closet. Are you ready? Ah, it would help to switch the light on. Ta-da! So over here is where I put my face on every morning. Okay, now I know it looks a bit of a mess, but like I try to set it every time and it just always ends up looking like this. I don't know how. And that's not even my makeup. Honestly, I don't even know what this stuff is because this is where my makeup is. Last night I actually set this properly because I knew I was filming today. So actually this is the neatest it's ever been. This is the baby, my baby, which I'm using at the moment. People have been asking me if it would just focus. Yay! Congratulations! I love it. This is in the shade Cashew, guys. I love it so much. Thank you, Estee Lauder, for existing. Here we have my full-length mirror. Guys, I won't lie. I was really smart for putting this here because this has so many purposes. I'm really just so smart. So this, it hides all my luggage. I've placed it here so that it hides all my luggage and nonsense that I don't want people to see behind. So that's really great. And then also when I'm drying my hair, I'm sitting over here, I can actually see the back of my head. I'm really proud of myself. I hope you're proud of me for thinking of all these things. And yeah, so that's really handy, having this mirror here, having that mirror there. It's also coming across that I really love looking at myself. I don't. Also, that mirror in the foyer, I didn't put that there. Whoever made this apartment, they put that there. So please don't think that I am obsessed with mirrors. It's Korea. They're obsessed with mirrors. Please ignore this blind. It irritates me so much. It is hideous. But this is the thing about Korean apartments. If you are a teacher living in a Korean apartment, you will know that for some reason they have no idea how to like decorate. Like they're very happy to make the floor the same color as an egg yolk. They're very happy to put a hideous blind up like this. They're very happy to put in mismatched furniture. They're also very happy to like put wallpaper with like these designs that you will find like from the 70s. You know, if you're an English teacher in Korea, you will know that your wallpaper will probably have some stupid design on, like flowers, or I don't even know. Like I don't understand why it's so hard to put plain wallpaper up. I don't understand why it's so hard to find a color that is just neutral. Why do we have to put in yellow floors? I don't understand. These are the mysteries of life. These are the mysteries. These are the mysteries of life. These are my clothes, but you don't want to see that. Okay, we're done with this room. Let's go. It is time for the bathroom. I remember when I was talking earlier about the mysteries of life. This is another mystery of life. This is what I said about decorating apartments in Korea. They just, I don't know. To me, a bathroom should be light and friendly. This is so dingy and dark. I don't understand why you would want, why? The last time I did an apartment tour, my Korean apartment tour, I told you about Korean bathrooms and what they're like. So if you haven't watched that and you don't understand what's happening here, you will see that here's the shower over here. As you can see, there's no compartment. So literally when you shower, the entire bathroom gets wet and the sink is right there, the toilet's there, everything gets wet, you see. It seems horrible, but it's honestly something that you get used to so quickly. I've been here for so long now that I'm just so used to it. But here's a top tip. You can see I have 2 pairs of shoes here. One pair is for when I shower, and then the other pair I keep outside while I'm showering. And then if I need to come back in to use the toilet or whatever while it's still wet, I can use the dry pair of shoes to walk around, and then I don't wet my feet again. You can say it. I'm smart. I know. Okay, it's time. Through these doors is where all the magic happens. It's also where all the magic doesn't happen. It's the bedroom. It's the living room. It's the TV room. It's the study. The people outside are making a racket and they are destroying my MTV Cribs vibe. They're quiet now. I think they heard me. Can you hear them? Oh my gosh. Oh my god. This room, let's talk about it for a second, because if you only know the amount of work I put into this place. Look at the wallpaper. Can you see the wallpaper? Can you see how clean it is? This apartment, out of all the apartments I have lived in, this one is the oldest I've lived in. It was literally falling to pieces before my very eyes. The wallpaper was so bad, guys. The wallpaper was so bad. It was brown almost from the number of stains on it. It was being eaten by creatures. It was just so gross, and I had to fight for this. I had to fight for the wallpaper to be changed. Here's a top tip. If you're an English teacher in Korea and you are planning to change your wallpaper, my top tip for you is do not change your wallpaper. I'm telling you, it's easier to just burn the place down or to move out. It's easier to move apartments. I'm telling you, do not change your wallpaper. The amount of work. Obviously, they literally changed the wallpaper in my entire apartment. It's not just this room, but it was the kitchen. Even the ceiling on the bathroom, they changed that. But obviously, for them to change your wallpaper, you obviously have to move everything. Obviously, because they need to access the walls, right? So I had to move pretty much everything. I don't know how, but I managed to move it into the balcony area. Yeah, obviously, when they were done, the cleaning, my soul was traumatized when I walked into my apartment when they were done. It looked like It looked like the Tasmanian devil spun tornadoes in my apartment. And the amount of muck on the floor, the amount of wiping, the amount of mopping, the amount of vacuuming I had to do. When I look at my apartment now, like, I am genuinely so proud of myself because it did not look anything like this just a few months ago. I also just want you to know that it's thanks to this virus and it's thanks to my self-isolation that this place looks like this. Like, I have been so bored. This is what happens. This is what happens when you've been in isolation for over 2 months. You just put all your energy into decorating. So this is, I won't lie, this is the only reason my place looks like this. Because if there was no virus, if there was no self-isolation, I would not have the time to do any of this. I won't lie to you. Look at my little rug. This, my friend Sandhira. You know Sandhira, she gave me this. I was a bit confused with this rug. To me, it looks like a very weird, ill-proportioned, I shouldn't do that. It looks like a very ill-proportioned penis to me, but apparently it's a squid or something. I don't know, but to me, it just looks like a very weird penis. Anyway, it's grown on me. This penis has grown on, I shouldn't say that. Over here, we have a zebra's bum. I got these at the V&A waterfront. I love them. Another clock, because I told you, when you're in self-isolation, you become obsessed with time. And there's Harry! Say hi, Harry! He's angry with me because I told him that he can't go outside because there's a virus. I told you, if this virus can jump from bats to humans, it can jump from bats to humans to hedgehogs. So I'm looking out for you, damn it. One of the things that I've become obsessed with, I don't know if it's my age, you know, I'm gonna be 31 in 2 weeks' time, but I've suddenly become obsessed with plants. Yes, I've become a crazy plant lady. Suddenly, I have been able to like take care of plants. Honestly, like I used to kill plants. Now, I'm not even joking. Are you ready for this? I have 9 plants. And I have somehow managed to keep them all alive. So let me introduce you to my children. These are my 2 prized possessions. It just frames the place so nicely. So this one, I don't know if you can see properly. Yes, you can, but the leaves are heart-shaped. Oh my gosh, guys, it just melts my little heart. So I have 2 of these. So they all have names. All my plants have names because they're my children, I told you. This one is called Brett, and this one is called Owen. Now, I know what you're thinking, but Sam, that is so random. Well, let me tell you a story. If you are my age, you will remember there was a time back in the day when we all used to watch WWE. Remember that time when we used to all watch wrestling and we used to all think wrestling was real? Yeah, I was one of those kids. So when I was 5, I used to watch WWE. And there were these 2 wrestlers, right? One was called Bret Hart, which is why I named these plants after them, because Hart, duh. Now Bret Hart, I had a really big crush on Bret Hart, but I wasn't allowed to like Bret Hart because my older sister already had a crush on Bret Hart. So I had to settle for his brother called Owen Hart, who is not as good looking as Bret Hart, but I had to settle because my older sister already booked Bret Hart. Honestly, the politics in our house. So I named this one Bret Hart because this one looks better than this one. Shame. It even looks like Bret Hart's hair. Come on. This one's Priyanka because it just looks like a Priyanka. You know those girls? You always have that one girl in class who is so beautiful. So you think that they're gonna be mean, and then you meet them and they're not mean. So they're just beautiful and nice, and you're just like, how? Why? That's this orchid. Oh, and these 2 over here, these 2 are Fred and George because they're twins, obviously. And they're little mini orchids. If you don't know who Fred and George are, we can't be friends, honestly. Okay, MTV. I mean saMTV. Are you ready to go outside with me to the balcony area? Let's go. Okay, so over here, I bought this thing because I wanted to hide the washing machine. And then I open it like a little door, like this. And then ta-da! That's my washing area. Usually these balcony areas, they're kept for your washing machine and stuff. And I just hate it because it just looks so ugly. So yeah, I basically just like use this as a little door. When I'm done with it, I just close my little door. And then it's hidden from everyone's view. Yeah, see? Now you can't see it. And I'm very, very happy with that. But this, guys, is my little balcony area. Oh, my heart just melts looking at it. Look at it, guys. I mean, oh, am I allowed to be this proud of my work? I'm just so proud. Now, of course, that it's getting warmer, I absolutely love starting my morning by sitting over here, reading, having a cup of coffee. I staged that well, hey? Yo! And stop making fun of my duck pajamas! This guy is called Marcus. I named him Marcus because he looks like Marcus's teeth from Harry Potter. I have a bunch of other guys over here. Look at my 3 little Hedwigs. This one's called Spike. This one's called Bubbles. This one's called Sam. Listen, your name's Sam, hey? You've got big shoes to fill. Well, literally small shoes, but big shoes figuratively. This guy's fake because I honestly can't be trusted to look after a plant that big, so he's fake. But everything else is real. I'll put the lights on at night and show you guys what this place looks like at night. It's just like another fairy tale, you know? The guy who used to live here before me, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't even recognize this place. It was very clear when I moved in. He was a very neat guy, but it was very clear that a guy lived there, and it was very, very, very desperately in need of a woman's touch, and I feel like I've given it that. A much needed feminine touch. I've invested a lot of my soul into this apartment that I just love it so much, and I'm not even sad to be in isolation because I get to be in this apartment. I've just changed the atmosphere from when I first moved in to what it is now. I've changed it so much that it's mine. It's definitely mine, and it's cozy and warm. And I just feel so comfortable here, and I just love coming home to this apartment after school every day. Well, MTV, I mean saMTV. That's about it for my apartment tour. I hope that you've enjoyed watching my apartment tour because you guys have been asking for this since I think last year. But we have come to the end of the tour, and I am very hungry, I won't lie. It's about, this is why it's very handy to have clocks in every room. It's almost 3 o'clock and I haven't eaten the entire day, which means MTV, I mean saMTV, it is time for you to get out of my apartment because I need to do some eating. I'm gonna eat some chicken curry because I don't know if I ever told you this in my videos, but I'm Indian and that's obviously all I ever eat. Don't forget, if you like the video, give it a like. If you didn't like the video, give it a like. Anyway, don't forget to follow me on all my social medias, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. This candle smells nice. And I will see you next time with a new video. Goodbye! Cute at night, hey? Yeah. Okay, I'm going for real now. Okay, love you. Bye-bye.